Call the meeting to order. If you will stand, I will lead us in our invocation and our pledge of allegiance. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we give thanks that you have given us another day that we can do your work. We ask that you guide and direct the commission, that we do things that are pleasing to you, that we provide hope for our city, that we provide all the services that are necessary for a fantastic city. We ask that you again guide and direct us and lead us in your way. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Motion to file and receive the agenda as presented.
Second.
Any additions? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, we'll receive and file our minutes for the recessed meeting for April 16th, 2026.
So moved.
Any additions or corrections? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Now for the regular meeting on April 23rd, 2026, a motion?
So moved.
First and a second, any corrections? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, let's see, we'll start off with Mr. Renfro this time.
Welcome, everybody. It's going to be a long meeting. I'm not going to be long. Only thing I would ask is whatever the city needs to do, whatever department needs to be involved, we've got to do something about the 300 block of 23rd Street. That it looks, that hotel there, they've cleaned it out, and that's an eyesore that is unbelievable. I mean, we've got a $160 million addition to a hospital 2 blocks away, and we've got that what people see before they get to the hospital. Whatever we can do to take care of that, we need to do.
Yeah, I believe Mr. Wheeler is on that. All right, let's see, DJ.
I just want to welcome everybody tonight. It looks like we have a full house for this evening meeting. It's wonderful to see the Southern Hills Gardening Club here tonight, and thank you for your work that you've done around Central Park and around our community to make our community very aesthetically pleasing and beautiful. So thank you for that.
Commissioner Martin.
Welcome. You finished the park. You finished the Paramount. Great work. We appreciate everything you do. Thanks for everybody being here. It's going to be a long meeting. Thanks.
Yes, and I'll try to be brief also. It is Police Week, and I do have a proclamation that the chief would like for me to read, but I'll do that just in a second. Well, we had a great lady, Faye Sansom, just retired, and I gave her a proclamation the other day on her last day. Repair Fair is coming up this weekend, also with Makers Market coming up. So we've got a big, long weekend coming up, and want everybody to participate. We had a great person that worked in Ashland for a long time. Tyson Compton just passed away. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think he just recently retired. So we want to send out prayers to him and his family. And let me read this proclamation, Chief. Will? As a representative for Police Week, whereas there are more than 800,000 law enforcement communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Ashland Police Department. Whereas since the first recorded death in 1786, there are currently more than 24,500 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice, have been killed in the line of duty, including 6 members of the Ashland Police Department. Whereas the names of these dedicated public servants are engraved in the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. Whereas the service and sacrifice of all of our officers killed in the line of duty were honored during the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund's 38th Candlelight and Vigil on the evening of May 13th, 2026. Whereas the Candlelight Vigil is part of the National Police Week, which will be observed this year, May 11th through the 16th. Whereas May 15th is dedicated to Police Officers Memorial Day in honor of all fallen officers and their families, and the U.S. flags shall be flown at half-staff tomorrow. Therefore, be it resolved that the City of Ashland will observe May 11th through the 16th, 2026 as Police Week in Ashland, Kentucky, and publicly salutes the service of law enforcement officers in the community and their communities across the nation.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. And we'll proof that off to
Yes,
our
sir.
city manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our presenter tonight is Police Chief Todd Kelly.
Thank you, City Manager, Mayor and Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to make a few comments during this Police Week about our past, present, and future of the Police Department. I will recognize the names of the 6 officers you referred to in the document there as a roll call of our heroes here at the Ashland Police Department. Patrolman James Lane, he was killed end of watch October 8th, 1937. Patrolman Lon Castle, he was killed on May 9th, 1925. Patrolman William Johnson, killed on July 19th, 1923. Patrolman Doc Leffler, July 4th, 1921. Patrolman Charles Hatfield, March 31st, 1919. And Lieutenant Conrad Frank, June 29th, 1910. All succumbed to death by gunfire. This time, I'd like to acknowledge a thank you to all the residents who will be displaying the U.S. flag at half-staff tomorrow in honor of the Police Memorial Day, and to our City Streets Division, thank them for the installation you'll see tomorrow of the flags that are put every year on our streets on May 15th. They do a great job on that. Also want to thank Community Trust Bank, Allison Christie at the Tower Building, and Delta Hotel for their consideration. Starting tonight with Community Trust, their building and their new lighting system, they'll be blue all around it tonight and tomorrow night. The Christie building has been blue all week, so has the Delta Hotel. So hopefully we can get into practice with them to put that up for all week as we go along. So shout out and thanks to them. As we honored our heroes that have given their life in our great city, we also must honor our respect to our current men and women of the Ashland Police Department. The hard work they put out every day to protect and serve our community goes with some challenges. These challenges create an enormous amount of mental and physical wear on our officers. We not only have to remember those heroes we lost, but we must also care for our heroes that are with us today. Those under our watch now must have the opportunities to deal with the up and down of law enforcement that a lot of veterans did not have access to. I'm here today to discuss a topic of paramount importance to the well-being of our officers and the effectiveness of our entire city workforce, mental health. The demanding nature of law enforcement work, and indeed public service in general, can take a significant toll. We ask our officers to run towards danger, to witness traumatic events, and to make split-second decisions that can have life-altering consequences. It's imperative that we provide them with the support they need to navigate these challenges. That's why I'm incredibly proud to announce that our plans to utilize grant funding that you all are going to review this evening in the municipal order near the end of the meeting for a grant applying for from the Kentucky Attorney General. So it's specifically dedicated to enhancing mental wellness with our police department. Our primary focus will be on establishing a robust peer support program. The city offers resources now, but we want to go further. This isn't just about offering a listening ear, it's about empowering our officers to become trained peer support personnel who understand the unique pressures of the job. They'll be equipped with the skills to provide crucial support to their colleagues during or after critical incidents, fostering a culture of camaraderie and well-being from within. Furthermore, these trained peer support officers will be a valuable regional resource. We see this peer team of officers being available to assist other law enforcement agencies in our area, strengthening our collective ability to respond to and recover from critical incidents. But the impact of this initiative won't be limited to the police department. Recognizing that the need for mental wellness supports extends across our city. We plan to make these peer support personnel available to our city employee workforce. This includes our dedicated fire department personnel and employees in other departments citywide. By having a network of trained peer supporters, we can proactively address the mental health needs of all those who serve our community. This project has been a collaborative effort, developed locally and in close partnership with the Department of Criminal Justice Training. Their expertise has been instrumental in shaping a program that we believe will be truly impactful and sustainable. Investing in mental wellness is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It leads to healthier employees, stronger departments, and ultimately a more resilient and effective public service for the citizens we serve. And I'm confident that this funding will allow us to create a supportive environment where every employee feels valued and has access to the resources they need to thrive. So hopefully after you review that, we can make application and get that ball rolling. And it's estimated that that's a $5,000 amount that we can put forth to training and establishing that. I already have a model policy ready to go.
What kind of training is involved?
Well, it's some of us have already had training as it results to recognizing situations the officers are in, maybe having personal problems, wanting to communicate or talk, or if an officer sees someone having difficulty or whatever, just trained in what to look for. But at the same time,
Is it done on the job here? Or
yes. Yes. So, the Department of Criminal Justice Training does offer some training for peer support.
They bring people here?
Yeah. So we have used those services. It's called PCIS, Post-Critical Incident Stress. And we feel like as a large agency that we are, we need to have a peer team in place and have that ability to get it started during a critical incident, and then we can pull them in for assistance.
So we really already have one, we're really enhancing the program that we have.
Yeah, we have just the beginning phases of it. We're just recognized on one side.
Right.
Now we can, we'll be able to address things such as officer-involved shootings, death scenes, tragic, very sensitive situations, those kind of things. So it does take a toll on the officers. We've seen it in person, and it's time we move forward with getting that training so we can get something going on immediately rather than days after.
Chief, I think that's a great idea. It's a great opportunity through the grant to do this and to open it up to our public safety, our police, fire, and our city employees. So I support this.
Could that someday be offered to retired officers?
Absolutely, and that's, I'm glad you asked that because I could relate that to that. Even the PCIS that's available through the Department of Criminal Justice Training is available through retired officers at no cost.
And also, once an officer goes through the training and they retire, they can still be utilized as a PCIS support peer. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct, and they can become a peer team member at the state level if they wish.
Excellent. Thanks, Chief.
Thank you, Chief. That's all I have.
That's right. All right. We'll move into our public participation. This is an opportunity for individuals to speak to the commission. If it's not on the agenda, if you would like to address the commission, you can come to the podium and state your name and your address, and you'll be allowed 5 minutes. Yes, ma'am.
Hi there.
I recognize the green.
I'm Mary Beth Reams, 2501 Hampton Street, Ashland, Kentucky. I'm here to offer a request for a Port of Ashland beautification project. Our Southern Hills Garden Club respectfully requests consideration and approval of a beautification project for the Port of Ashland, a planter area, a space our organization has proudly planted, maintained, and cared for over many years. This project is designed to enhance one of Ashland's most visible gateways while creating a cleaner, more attractive, and welcoming appearance for residents and visitors alike. We have this proposal marked out in stages. We really are interested in stage 1 because we have the monies already available for it. Stage 1 is install a permanent solar-lit hardscape feature within the A planter and incorporate blue star or other perennial ground cover, excuse me, to provide year-round beauty, texture, and visual interest. Stage 2 would be to resurface the curb and concrete sidewalk in front of the A using decorative colored and stamped concrete, including a compass design with the latitude and longitude of Ashland at the bottom. I think you all hopefully have a picture of what we're talking about there. It will be centered in the sidewalk to reflect the port's identity and character. Stage 3 would be to construct a low decorative wall along the base of the A to further elevate the appearance and create a more finished, intentional design. All phases of this project are dependent upon private donations and/or grant funding. No financial obligation or expense would be assumed by the City of Ashland. Our organization has already secured donations sufficient to cover the hardscape feature and installation cost of stage 1. A little background is that in early February of '26, one of our members learned of the grant opportunity through the Foundation of the Tri-State intended to support community enhancement projects. For years, our club has discussed ways to improve the Port of Ashland planter with a permanent feature that would provide beauty and interest throughout all seasons. After identifying this grant opportunity, we developed a plan, contacted city leadership for guidance regarding the proper approval process and any necessary communication with City Commission, Park Board, or other entities prior to submission of the application. We are encouraged to move forward and thank for our continued efforts to improve the city. Although the timeline is extremely limited, our members worked diligently over the past 3+ months to complete the grant application, gather estimates, consult with the professionals, and thoughtfully develop a project that reflects pride in our community. The foundation informed us that our proposal was considered a strong contender for funding, pending confirmation of city support for the project, ensuring it would be shovel-ready, and we're told the city would facilitate the project, excuse me, to begin promptly if funding was reviewed from the foundation. After several discussions, it was decided our best path forward would be to appear before the commission. We expected to be on the agenda, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Despite these delays and problems, our commitment to this project has not changed. The beautification effort represents a partnership between community volunteers, private donors, and local leadership for further enhancement, to further enhance one of Ashland's important public spaces at no cost to the city. We respectfully ask for your support and approval today as we continue working to make the Port of Ashland destination our community can take pride in, and visitors will remember. Thank you for your consideration. Do you all have any questions?
Has this been reviewed by our different departments, the solar part, or I know we had questions about batteries, and I mean, how's that gonna work?
Our Parks Board has taken a look at some of the renderings that have been proposed. I think they wanted some more information. It's my understanding, Dave Young, there's also some items that Young Signs had brought today. I believe Young Signs has been contacted to help with.
Young Signs has already prepared, and they were ready to fabricate when we discovered that maybe we should take a step back and come to talk to you guys. So our proposal is that Young Signs would fabricate the AKY and install it in the A planter. It would be ready for, solar is what we wanted. We didn't want any further cost to the city. So, in speaking to a fellow from Studemo, who does lighting for several places, he suggested a battery pack that would be large enough to light this area. And it would really look great, especially at night, especially during winter time when it gets dark early. We'd still have a nice looking planter area down there. So that is, Young Signs was only going to have it prepared, and he said it could be prepared for electricity also, but we have never thought to go that direction. We didn't want to tear up any spaces. We just wanted to enhance them. Surface King was going to do the surfacing of the area. That's not digging up any concrete, or in fact, some of the concrete is crumbling. We were hoping the wall would be, that was kind of a late stage, third stage area, but some of the end of the A is actually crumbling, and we were hoping to improve the look there, as is the concrete on the walkway. We were only going to do the walkway area with the Surface King and enhance that with the compass design in the middle. So there's nothing that we're going to tear down. It's all just an enhancement. And,
I think it's a great project. I think as long as our departments are involved to make sure that it fits our specifications.
Can we have a motion to approve the concept subject to final approval of the design by the park board?
Yes, we can. Is that a motion?
Oh,
I'll second
excuse me,
that.
I was under the understanding that the park board didn't actually do anything but make suggestions. So in doing that, what does that exactly mean?
Well, the departments, you want to explain your department, it's not necessarily the park board, I'm sure, but
Well, what I think the park board said they wanted to see the final design.
Right,
before they
right.
Conceptually said.
I was hoping that they had seen a picture of that final design, but we can get that to them,
I
whoever.
don't think it's going to be any kind of time delay.
Okay,
I mean, the park board is working with you, not against you.
yeah.
great, that's awesome, because our mission is
It's.
leave it better, and that's what we
You've done a
want
lot of
to do.
work, you put a lot of work into it, and the city appreciates everything that you're doing.
Thank you so
The
much.
urgency
We
is
want to
the
support the work.
250th celebration of America, and that's our urgency in getting
Yeah,
this
I don't know that
installed.
it'll get there, but,
So
we'll-
don't plan.
Okay, well, we were told that it would take 3 weeks. In talking to Brian, I work closely with Brian.
Brian Young,
Yes, and Dan, and I won't even try to say his last name, but I've worked closely with them, and actually, they had told us, and we were ready to hand over the check, just hours before we discovered we needed to do this one last step. And he had told me that he could have that completed in 3 weeks and installed. We were not planning to have the lighting done, it's light ready, but we were not gonna do anything. We just wanted the design in there, and so that we could get the plantings in. While planting season, if we wait long, our plants won't
the
survive.
only thing I regret is they won't have all those flowers that they've been
Well,
so
we will
beautiful
have,
down
we
on-
plan to have some flowers, yes, we do have planned. We haven't completely come up with that design yet, because we were waiting on the AKY, to make our final design, for the flowers.
Sean, how soon can we get this design to the park board?
If I don't have the latest rendition of what I did, then I can report tomorrow even, but again, response by 72 hours, business days, I get it right back.
I've got a copy of this AKY that Young's gave us, and that kind of tells you where it's gonna be. Our AI rendering brings it down there, and then we wanted to push it up so that it's more visible, and we have more space to do our plantings. So that's one we'll show you the other one with the final, the completed design is this one. Again, this is AI rendering. We were trying to keep in step with the colors of the bridge. And here's we're gonna have the longitude and latitude. Actually, that's not exactly the right one. The longitude and latitude, here it is.
Here you do.
It's not gonna be here, it's gonna be here, like that. And that kind of gives you an idea of what the underlighting is. That's not real good, but hopefully it'll have halo lighting, so it'll show up nicely at night or after dark.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we have a motion on the floor. Have a second. Any discussion?
I just encourage the park board to have a special meeting, get it in as soon as they can.
That would be awesome. We greatly appreciate you all and all the work that you do, and I'm glad that
We
we can
appreciate
partner
you
with
guys.
Okay,
I
thank
mean,
you so much.
you help the city in so many different ways.
Well, we've been around for a long time, and there's been a lot of us.
And I understand you're also, we kind of go along with that. Well, let's do this first. We have a motion on the floor, so all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Let me move to the Blue Star Memorial. A lot of people have misconception about this, and I passed this around a couple of months ago. This is going to be installed in the 1600 block of Carter Avenue in the right-of-way, beside the, in fact, I think I printed it out, beside the parking garage. And the only thing that the city would do would be actually to install it into the ground. Matter of fact, I talked to Mr. Murray, and that would be no problem to do that for Flag Day, which we would unveil this beautiful, matter of fact, it's already done.
It's done in here, and we can thank Susan and Kathy for heading up that committee and working diligently to get that done.
Yeah.
We're gonna have speaker, it's gonna be a great reception, or
I believe.
dedication. We're gonna have bagpipe speakers, music, or a singer. We've got people coming from around our state, garden club are gonna be here, our state representatives. We were hoping to have, I think we're gonna have you maybe say some words too. So it's gonna be a really, really nice dedication.
So I
We
would
hope to
entertain a
see you all there.
motion that we install the Blue Star Memorial in the 1600 block of Carter Avenue.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you all.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you all.
All right, thank you, guys.
And I'm sorry to hold you up, and I apologize, I had a second to look at it. This is the rendition that the park board did take a look at and did say, hey, okay, we need to see the concept, the commission approves the concept or not. So they actually met and said, hey, okay.
Oh,
here's the
okay.
concepts, and so they were looking for input.
We're ready to move.
Yep.
Great, thank you. All right, anyone else would like to address the commission?
Sisters.
I was gonna say, this is a tag team effort by the Brown family, also known as Perkins and Reams. I'm Ann Perkins, I'm the Executive Director of Safe Harbor, 2603 Cumberland Avenue. I'm just here to say thank you to the commission for the support that you have given Safe Harbor over the last 42 years. We're coming into our 42nd year on the property. And most of you, I think, know that we're at the old TB hospital. For those who are on My Town TV and may not know, that our services are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We cover Boyd, Greenup, Carter, Lawrence, and Elliott County. We have housed over 20,000 individuals in the last 42 years on our property. And that was before we were ever the size that we are today. We actually house right around 150 people per day on the property. We have 60 beds for emergency, we have 30 beds for our transitional, and we have 34 Section 8 project-based apartments that the city of Ashland partners with us, and we're so very, very grateful for. We have been cut $500,000 from our last year's budget. This is the first time in our history, that we have experienced the kinds of cuts that we have. It's on the state level and it's on the federal level. The House and Senate, the governor put us in for $2 million in the budget that we had previously asked for, and the House and Senate both denied that extra $2 million. So I'm going to be short $500,000 for the first time in 42 years of operation. That's a huge, huge factor for us. And I just want to let you all know that because we serve so many people, you know, our budget is right around $2.7 million. This year it'll be about $2.5 million. That's 30 employees that are full-time in Safe Harbor. And we need the support of the city more than ever before, and we've appreciated everything that you all have done for us in the past. But we also are going to have to be looking for cuts, just like everybody else in the state. You know, our state has more money today than we've ever had in the history of the state of Kentucky. And almost every agency, especially nonprofits or anybody that has a contract with the state of Kentucky in the nonprofit arena, is being cut this year. So Medicaid's going to be cut for us significantly. We already know that we have clients who have been cut. We also know that the SNAP benefits are going to be cut. Everybody knows what grocery prices are that live in our country today. Everybody knows what gasoline prices are today. We transport people all across Eastern Kentucky for doctor's appointments, court appointments, school appointments, whatever. So this is going to be a really very challenging year for everybody, not just Safe Harbor, but for every single nonprofit. And if we thought homelessness was a problem today, I can't imagine what it's going to be in a year from now if things go the way I think they're going to go. I think we need to be ready. I think we need to be willing. I don't think the churches or any one entity is going to make up the difference for the losses that are going to be across the state. Right now, all of our federal funding is still at risk. We just met with lawyers out of Washington, D.C. We were given notices last January that all the federal grants in the United States for domestic violence, sexual assault, children advocacy were all going to be terminated. Well, we put a stay on all those grants, VOCA, VAWA, TANF, family violence, all of those. HUD, there is all a stay right this minute. Well, if those stays do not hold up, everybody in the United States will be affected, because all of those monies go across the entire country. So I'm telling everybody today to be prepared, to think ahead to how we're going to combat and manage ourselves as we move forward. With all those families, and most of them, you all know this, are working poor. That means they all go to work every day, but they do not make basically above the poverty level in their jobs to maintain their families and their households. So we've got to be thinking of that, I think, as a city. We have to be thinking about that as a community and be prepared for those families. The last 3 employees at King's Daughters Hospital that were recognized for outstanding service were former Safe Harbor victims. The last 3 outstanding employees that they recognized. So we serve all people, whether they're rich or poor, black or white or whatever, but we also serve the most at risk. And those are the families who need us the most, are the ones who are most at risk. I can't thank the city enough for all that you do. I appreciate it very much. And I just want you all to keep us in mind and keep us in prayer because, and I'm having asthma attack today because the pollen's killing me. But I want us to be prepared to address these issues as they come up. And I want to thank you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
everything you do,
Yeah.
and we would be in a far worse place if you weren't in our.
Well, I will say this on a very sad last note. The last 3 women that were found dead at the flood wall in Grayson and up in Floyd County were all former Safe Harbor women. So, domestic violence leads the nation in how women are murdered and killed. Homelessness, 80% of all women who are homeless are domestic violence victims. And women and children are the leading reason for increasing homelessness in the United States. So let's do something about it, and let's make a plan to end homelessness and domestic violence. And the only way we can do it is all of us together. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you, Ms.
Thank
Perkins.
you.
Anyone other like to address the commission?
Mike Maynard with Hillcrest Bruce Mission, 1819 Eloise Street. And I didn't intend to kind of tail off of
It's a
Ann.
hard act to follow.
Well, it's a perfect lead-in to what I'm going to talk about. And so a lot of the things that she talked about, we have different types of vulnerable populations. And so I sit on the homeless committee, with the mayor that's here. And so, for folks that are unsheltered homeless, we have Welcome House, an organization that helps folks with second chance vouchers get into HUD-type housing and provide some case management. But one thing we've been missing for quite a while has been that active case management for those folks. And so we had that somewhat with Shelter of Hope when they were here, and that capability's been missing for quite a while. And so House of Grace has been working through their outreach to develop a Dream Center type project, and they have those in Charlotte, out in California. And so it's kind of been Gerardo's dream to bring that kind of capability.
They gave a presentation to us during one of our work sessions.
Right. And so that agency can help the homeless. You have Ann's agency that deals with folks that are dealing with domestic violence and are experiencing homelessness. And so that's another niche that we focus on. And then you've got the mission, who will take folks who maybe they've gotten into that first level of stability, they've gotten into stable housing. Well, now they can start focusing on education and transportation and childcare and all those things that are going to help them get into those first jobs. We have the Lovewell Center that's on 29th Street that works with folks that are on fixed incomes and just don't make enough. And so they help with clothing and food. So they help that demographic. And then we have CARES that once people get housed and maybe they struggle with meeting full rent or full utilities, CARES can help with those two things to help prevent homelessness. And so as Ann mentioned, what we've been missing for a long time is once we get people into initial jobs, as with most of us who started jobs, you just struggle paycheck to paycheck until you get further education or skills or been in your job longer to get increased pay. And so that's really been what we've been missing, is how do we help those folks who are working? And so United Way, nationally, and more focused as a state and here locally now, they've developed a program that is focused on working with folks who have jobs but are just struggling paycheck to paycheck. And so right now they've got about 20 different organizations, from finance and wealth and health and education and training, from the whole community.
That's the ALICE program, right?
Yes, that is the ALICE program. And it is focused on helping people with education and training to help get them to the point where they're not struggling paycheck to paycheck. And so it's a proud moment within the community to see that from unsheltered homeless to folks dealing with fixed incomes to domestic violence to people who are trying and gotten those first jobs, we have organizations now in our community that can help people at every stage of where they're at. And so it's just exciting to see the community come together and to put this last piece in place with United Way to help those folks that have went through all these other agencies to get help and do the work, and now we're going to be able to help them. So just for your information, and just really proud of the whole community that's come together to
Well,
help with
what
this.
you have said and what Ms. Perkins has said, it takes all of the community, and that's why with the homeless committee is kind of bringing all those people together. So we do know what each other is doing and work together to try to help. And I think the programs that everyone does has its own valid, use. But bringing them all together really kind of makes it home.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Any others? Yes, sir.
Hello. My name is Jeffrey Lester. I live at 4605 Royal Court, Ashland, Kentucky. I think the work that these ladies have done is amazing. They've done a really good job. I've seen all of it, and it looks fabulous. I was sitting here. I came here to complain about some damage to my property. And I sat here and I started looking at this paper here, and there's millions of dollars for this and 800 for that and 12,000 for this and so on and so forth. And you guys destroyed my driveway and you destroyed my concrete, and I've been told that there's nothing that the city will do about it. I have the person from the road department. I record all my phone calls, and it's not because I'm trying to catch anybody up in anything like some people have insinuated. I do it because I have TBI, and if I don't record them, I may not remember what was said. So I record all my phone calls, especially if they're important. And I've been met with roadblock after roadblock. Every time I try to talk to somebody, I get sent somewhere else. Every time I talk to that person, they send me somewhere else. I've been on the phone for probably about 2 hours today between AEP, between 811, between water, between sewer, and between the road department, trying to figure out why people are coming on my property and painting lines and putting flags in my yard, when I am the only one in the neighborhood that has had that done to them. And this was just a day after Mr. Wheeler told me that he was not going to fix my road. I'm not happy.
Well, first of all, how did the city destroy your driveway?
They run a plow over it.
You what?
They ran a snow plow over it.
In your driveway?
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll have to investigate that. You're hitting it with us. We don't have any background information.
I've spoken with Mr. Lester a couple times since, I believe, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
When I spoke to him, I hadn't seen any claims file or information or anything like that. But since Tuesday, looked at the claims file. There was a claim, a damage loss report, and a claim made to Kentucky League of Cities. Public Works was contacted. Director Murray reviewed his department. They, I believe, has been out to your house and reviewed something with you at some point.
No, nobody's come to my home.
No one's come to your house?
Nobody has come to my home and looked at anything.
Okay, I thought I apologize. I thought you said they had. I did drive by, I believe yesterday morning, Wednesday morning early. You said very clearly you didn't want anybody to come on your property, so I didn't come on your property.
Mm-hmm.
Stood at the roadway, reviewed map photos from Google and whatever other sources that were provided to me from December. You said you indicated this happened in February, I believe, during the ice storm.
Yes, it did.
That you had called out for a plow because they were having, I think, trouble getting the mail.
I hadn't gotten mail in, it was 12 or 14 days.
Okay, and so you'd call it and ask for someone to come out and plow the road.
Mm-hmm.
You believe the city had done that. I came out and looked at it, just from my, I'm not a concrete expert, but from my analysis and review, I didn't see anything that really looked different from December. I told you that today in the photos that I saw and that were provided from me. To me, I believe some of those might have even been from you through the claims process.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100% sure though, because again, I just got into this on Tuesday. But from my review since Tuesday, and again, I was also preparing for the agenda and the budget session and some other stuff, so I did have other stuff going on since then. I did not see any reason to disturb the Kentucky League of Cities decision or what Public Works found, and I understand that you disagree.
Yes, I do.
And the great thing about our country is we have a place that you can go when you disagree with somebody that you have business with or engagement with, and that's the court system. And that's not me saying me saying is, upon our review, the staff's review, we see things differently than what you saw.
Okay,
But-
how did you see my concrete? If you didn't walk on my property, how did you see my concrete?
When I reviewed it with staff, when I reviewed the file, I don't see how our snowplow would cause the damage that you claim. I'm not, and also the way you described the plow to me, I couldn't match that up with one of our plows. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Sir, I can't tell you what a snowplow looks like from 6, 8 months ago. All I know is it was a snowplow.
I understand. And I'm sorry that when I looked at the set of facts that I was provided, I see them differently. But the only place that I know to take you is either this commission, or, which is, I assume why you're here today, because I told you you could come and address the commission if you didn't like what staff had told you. And that if you didn't agree with them, or if you didn't agree with me, or if you didn't agree with anything that our insurance company told you, you could file a lawsuit. And that's where the facts could be determined. There's an issue of fact here. The city sees it one way, the staff sees it one way, you happen to see it different. And I don't know how to resolve that for you.
So if
I understand that you're a taxpayer, but so are other folks. And
So a man who spends his own money to beautify his home and his property, to take care of it, to make his neighborhood look nice and to make his community look nice, and somebody comes and tears it up, there's no recourse. Because you think I'm on a fixed income, buddy. I can't afford a lawyer. I'm physically disabled from the military. I make about $50,000 a year. And you expect me to go out and pay for a lawyer after I just spent a ton of money getting that stuff done? It's not right. What you guys are doing is not right. If it was your property, your property, your property, yours or yours, I guarantee it would be fixed. And Mr. Wheeler, I promise you, if it was yours, it wouldn't have probably even happened. You guys need to fix this. I will move out of this city. This is a hill I'm willing to die on. I spent almost 20 years in the military. I spent 15 years working at the VA. All I've done my entire adult life is try to help people and do the right thing. And what are we told when we are young and we are growing up? Tell the truth, do the right thing. Everything will work out fine.
Mr. Lester, thanks for meeting me earlier before the meeting and having a conversation with me about this issue. This is the first that this commission and the mayor have heard about this issue. We're going to encourage staff to continue to look at this issue, take a second look, whatever resources they may need to do that, because if this is a city issue, we want to get it resolved on our end.
I can send somebody over and I'll show them exactly where the snowplow dug into the blacktop
So you'll allow them to come on your property?
if I'm there. All they gotta do is call. Tell me when you'll be there. I'll make sure I'm there unless I'm at a doctor's appointment.
I encourage the city manager to get with department heads and staff and to take a second look at this and see if this is something that we feel that was done by the city, and if it was, how we can remedy.
And if I could make one more
This
statement.
is part of that review process. I mean,
Okay.
You've come,
Yes, sir?
you've spoken your piece.
Yes,
We'll
sir.
look at it.
Yes, sir. And if I can make one more comment before I leave. Whoever runs the road department, when I talked to him on the phone, said that they were putting a sign up so nobody would come back down there on my property. Now, how did they come back down there if they've never been down there before? He said it twice on the phone. I have it recorded.
We're
The
not
man
here to
told me
debate on
Well, yeah.
that.
twice,
But thank you for coming. Thank you.
and that's it, huh?
All right, anyone else like to address the commission?
My 5 minutes,
Sure.
I'm not allowed 5 minutes?
No, you're not, you're done.
I'm sorry? Who said that?
I did.
I'm done? I don't get my 5 minutes?
You've already had your 5 minutes.
Where's
You're
the
done.
light? I never saw
We're
the
moving
light.
on to old business. Mr. Wheeler? Item A.
Second reading and final adoption of ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the city of Ashland, Kentucky, authorizing and directing the mayor to execute a contribution and aid of construction agreement for electric distribution service between the city of Ashland, Kentucky and Kentucky Power Company for the installation of electric booster station on Florida Street at a cost of $1,353.54 for the Department of Engineering.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item B,
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and approving change order number 1 between the City of Ashland, Kentucky and Southern Ohio trenching and excavating, decreasing the amount of the contract for the Pollard Mills Infrastructure Project Phase 4 by $50,244.24 and increasing the contract by 155 days for the Department of Engineering.
Second.
discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item C,
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Ashland, Kentucky and Advantage Plus Realty LLC for the purchase of property located at 1540 Carter Avenue by the City of Ashland in the amount of $175,000 and authorizing the mayor to execute any and all documents associated with and or necessary to complete said purchase of real property.
Second.
discussion?
Yeah, I'm excited for this project. I hope that our staff continues conversations with local farmers and local vendors from around our community and our region that would potentially use this facility, not only to sell their products, but for different events throughout the year. So this is
Yeah,
gonna be
now that we've
exciting.
had that second reading, we'll start on that. Everybody's excited. All right, all in favor and say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Yes, sir. Item D,
Second reading and final adoption of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the City of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Ashland, Kentucky and My Town TV to record, broadcast, and post meetings of the Ashland City Commission for a period of 1 year in the amount of $12,000.
discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Our consent agenda.
A resolution of the City of Ashland, Kentucky adopting, authorizing, and approving the course of action presented by the city manager on the items appearing on the consent agenda for the regular meeting of the Board of City Commissioners of May 14th, 2026.
Second?
Second.
All right. Any questions?
Good,
I got a question. Jacob, how many demos have we completed this year or in this current fiscal year?
says 7, but there are 5 on here, so I guess that'd get it up to 12.
Mhm.
There's currently 7 completed. I actually just got an invoice for number 8. And then there's 4 more right there. So that'll get us up to 12.
12.
26.
Okay. Any other
Thank you.
questions?
Yeah, I've got some.
Yes, sir?
And what's this thing on Safe Harbor? You know what is on here? Safe Harbor Northeast Emergency Solutions Grant must be approved.
Every year I apply for HUD money. It's called Emergency Shelter Grant. And the city of Ashland has to approve me applying for that grant. So I'm writing it and it's due tomorrow.
So you need to have the approval tonight.
Tonight,
Yeah.
that you will allow me to apply.
Gotcha.
It won't cost you a dime.
Hear you.
I hope it'll bring me some money.
Hope so too.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I have.
Yes, sir?
On item G, Mr. City Manager, got that there's, in fiscal year 26, there's $620,000. How much of that remains? Do you have any idea?
I think she may have a number for him.
Or Barry may?
Oh, that's on the tank.
The 620,000, we also have a contract with Wiser Coatings. Barry, do you have that?
This is where, yeah, they went to the bottom of it.
Do you know about the contract is?
I wanna say the contract is 500 and some odd $1,000. I don't know the exact, but we can
So
definitely
we
get
got
that
a
to you.
hundred and some thousand left, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So this was actually a PO that we carried out instead of,
He's taking the contract minus this PO and what we have left with the budgeted amount.
oh, okay.
He is
I'm sorry.
correct.
I'm sorry.
You're correct, sir.
Oh, 100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the one where they started working on it and discovered,
Yes, and it would have took them, it would have been an additional $100,000 cost
Yeah,
if they
so-
demobilized and come back.
you gotta let them come back, let them do it now.
We
you know,
used
and-
our small purchasing to do
Okay.
that.
And you might not be able to answer this one. On item J, it's, water line, budget. The 26 budget was $1 million. Do we know how much we've got left in
No, I do not. That's usually
that
something,
ballpark? Yeah.
we reconcile that at the end of the year because they're working on several.
All these
Yes,
repair works
yes,
are going on.
yes. We'll actually go back and figure
Is
staff time.
6
and-
weeks enough to, do the work, Barry, on, item K?
Street paving.
The carryover from last year and this year's
Street caving, or street paving.
$884,000.
Oh,
This actually goes into 2 fiscal years. He will spend all his budget.
Well, it says it's gonna be finished by June 30th, 2026.
Yes.
I'm just asking, is this gonna be done within 6 weeks?
so the original contract amount that we have for this current fiscal year is $937,000, and we will have that all complete, by June 30th for the start of next fiscal year. Yes, sir.
I know crews have been working really hard, milling and repaving streets around the community. And I've received several phone calls from neighbors on those streets, and they've been really appreciative of this. So appreciate
Great to
you.
hear.
And Barry's already working on the bid packet to get it out for next year as soon as we can due to the oil prices.
Yeah, I understand that.
Good job. All right, any others? All right, we have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, we'll move into our old business. Item A.
New business.
What's that?
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the city of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute contract with Lights Enterprises, Inc. for the purchase of all labor, materials, equipment, and services for the demolition and removal of all debris at 201 47th Street in the amount of $3,000 for the Department of Community and Economic Development to be paid from the general fund.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item B.
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the city of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute a contract with Lights Enterprises, Inc. for the purchase of all labor, materials, equipment, and services for the demolition and removal of all debris at 508 44th Street in the amount of $12,000 for the Department of Community and Economic Development to be paid from the general fund.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item C.
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the city of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute a contract with Tri-State Construction for the purchase of all labor, materials, equipment, and services for the demolition and removal of all debris of 107 29th Street in the amount of $6,200 for the Department of Community and Economic Development to be paid from the general fund.
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item D.
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the city of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute a contract with Tri-State Construction for the purchase of all labor, materials, equipment, and services for the demolition and removal of all debris at 5337 Valley View Drive in the amount of $6,600 for the Department of Community and Economic Development to be paid from the general fund.
So moved.
Second? Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item E,
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the city of Ashland, Kentucky, fixing the tax levy for the year 2026 payable in the year 2027 from the bank deposits franchise tax for revenue purposes by the city of Ashland.
Second.
discussion?
Is there any change in the tax rate?
No, sir.
No increase.
That's pretty much every year.
It is, it's the same rate.
All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item F,
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the city of Ashland, Kentucky, fixing the regulatory license fee at 4% of the gross receipts from the sale of alcoholic beverages within said city during the fiscal year July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2027, as authorized and imposed by section 24 of ordinance number 8, series of 2021, as amended, known and cited as the alcoholic beverage control ordinance for the city of Ashland. Such proceeds to be used to reimburse the city for expenses related to the sale of alcoholic beverages therein.
discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item G,
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the city of Ashland, Kentucky, authorizing and directing the mayor to execute an agreement between the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet and the city of Ashland for a federal grant in an amount up to $120,000, which will require a match in an amount up to $30,000 by the city of Ashland for the Mayo Plaza Streetscape Project Planning Study and preliminary engineering.
So moved.
second?
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, we really need a study to tell us what we're gonna do with, Mayo Plaza. I mean, hasn't our engineering department come up with a plan?
This is one of the items that last year when you all took office, we were cutting things out of the budget to save us money. We had money budgeted to pave and do sidewalk work. Erica worked with me and she was able to obtain a federal grant to do so. To spend the federal grant, they require you to use their planning and go through the planning stage. The city obtaining the grant will do the planning, then we'll reapply for money to actually pave, do sidewalks, lighting, and storm sewer. And we're about $300,000 to the good due to her grant application, with us just doing it ourselves.
So this is just a study?
It's a study.
And then we will apply for the grant fund?
Yes.
To do the work between?
And once they approve you for the planning, it's 99%, you always get the,
We got more
Capital.
studies going on in this town and spending more money on studies of consultants.
for federal transportation, they require it. I agree with you.
I get it.
I agree with you.
This
I know.
isn't criticism of you, it's just, I mean, my God, is there no end to hiring consultants to tell us what we need to do?
Yeah, we can scratch it, I guess, I mean.
That's just me.
Well, then you won't get the grant either.
We will not get the grant, and then we'd have to pay for it with our paving funds,
Yeah.
sidewalk funds. But
Say my piece.
aesthetically, I think it'll look so much better in that area also.
My concern is the lighting and the wheelchair ADA accessibility of the sidewalks through there. You
Yeah.
really can't. The
I
sidewalks are not
Oh, the
accessible
thing,
now.
it's
It's
a
not.
mess.
It's a mess,
It's a
correct,
mess.
it's a
No
mess.
doubt. I mean, they cut all the trees down.
And it's an eyesore.
And the sidewalk
planter
is
things.
crumbled, where there was floral stuff, it's all gone, I mean, it's a
I
mess.
concur in,
did the study, didn't we?
yeah. And with the study, we will have public hearings for everybody to, come in and give their input.
All right. We have a first and a
Thank you,
second.
Michelle.
All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item H,
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the city of Ashland, Kentucky, adopting by reference updated procurement regulations for the city of Ashland, Kentucky, July 2026, and repealing ordinance number 8, series of 2026.
Second.
discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item I,
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the city of Ashland, Kentucky, authorizing and directing the mayor to submit program year 2026 annual action plan for a community development block grant to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, and upon acceptance of said application from HUD,
First, second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item J.
First reading and approval of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the city of Ashland, Kentucky, approving a renewal with Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Insurance Company for administrative fees to administer the city's health insurance coverage, vision insurance, and stop loss coverage for a plan year July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2027.
Second? Second. Discussion?
Yeah, on the aggregate stop loss. I'm not a mathematician, didn't go through core math, but $12.90, I guess, a month for 277 employees is $42,895. How can $12.52 for an employee, 277 of them, 12 months be more, $46,616? I'm confused on that.
So was the person that made the calculation.
Noted. That's obviously an error.
Okay.
It still is talking about the 12% or 12.8% decrease.
Looks like the administrative fees decreased by 12.8%.
I apologize for that error. That was, Samantha Sayers did a wonderful job. You'll notice an administrative fee decrease of 12.8%. She did a great job working with Anthem to do that. When she sent those up, I calculated those to put in the fiscal note, so.
Mea culpa.
My apologies.
Sorry.
I would point out that's a very modest increase. The net increase is 109, 184.
Will our staff see any increase in their insurance premium? And their Okay.
All right, so all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item K.
Reading and adoption of a municipal order entitled, a municipal order of the city of Ashland, Kentucky, authorizing and directing the mayor to execute a subaward agreement between the city of Ashland, Ashland Police Department, and the Financial Commission for Appalachia High Intensity Drug Trafficking Area, HIDTA, accepting funds in the amount of $58,000 from the United States Office of National Drug Control Policy, and authorizing and directing the mayor to execute any and all other documents related to said grant.
Second. Discussion? I guess basically this just a pass through, right? Okay. Oh,
Reimbursement.
Okay. All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item L.
Reading and adoption of a municipal order entitled, a municipal order of the city of Ashland, Kentucky, establishing a finance committee to provide oversight, review, and guidance on the city's financial matters.
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, what's the plan for the finance committee? I mean, what's the makeup?
Well, that was a question that I had too. We gonna put 2 commissioners on it and then,
For sure, 2 commissioners.
I thought that's what we had talked about at the budget work session.
Yeah.
I think they set the mayor and a commissioner on it. Be Tony, myself, Barry, and Robin, and Samantha.
Now, for instance, let's say we have a major purchase of $1 million or something that's going to come forth to the commission. Would that purchase, the initiation of that purchase, would that go to the finance committee first? The finance committee then review, and then would they make a recommendation to the board of commission?
I think a purchase of that size would be planned well ahead, and you all would deal with it during the budget process as a whole body.
For an example of
Yes.
a purchase.
Yes.
Would go to them, and then it would be.
You would have
reviewed and
updates
recommendation.
of the capital purchases during this meeting.
Probably don't have it really flushed out in terms of the total use of it, do you, at this point?
No, we
It's a
will-
conceptual
It's conceptual, we will learn and better it as we go
Maybe
along.
like the capital project
Yes.
deal,
Yes,
Okay.
you know,
this all wrap into one,
yeah.
instead of multiple.
Can be used lots of ways.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right,
Good
all,
idea.
all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item M,
Reading and adoption of municipal order entitled, "A municipal order of the city of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute an application for the Kentucky Fire Commission Training Facility Grant in the amount of $19,953.57 for a search and rescue training prop for the Ashland Fire Department."
So moved.
discussion? I guess will we be able to train others with this now too?
Yeah, this will be a mobile prop, we'll keep it a real tire, we'll be able to teach fire behavior with it, smoke behavior, it can be used for our firefighters training as well as public events. It's basically a steel two-story house with a garage attached to it, so we can show fire behavior, why you should close your door, how things are gonna work. So it's good for us and the public.
Excellent.
It's a very small house.
Yeah, very small house.
Yeah, it's like a dollhouse, I think.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item N,
Reading and adoption of municipal order entitled, "The municipal order of the city of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute and submit a grant application through the Kentucky Office of the Attorney General for a funding in maximum amount of $5,000 on behalf of the Ashland Police Department for a peer support program for law enforcement, and if awarded, authorizing acceptance of the grant and further authorizing and directing the mayor and or chief of police to execute any and all other documents regarding said grant."
discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Item O,
Reading and adoption of the municipal order entitled, "The municipal order of the city of Ashland, Kentucky authorizing and directing the mayor to execute 3 temporary construction easements between the city of Ashland, Kentucky and Jennifer C. Jackson and Monica Cameron, Raymond H. and Susan M. Lyons, and Erica and Sarah Clark regarding the Beechwood, Forest, and Woodland Avenue Storm Sewer Project."
So moved.
discussion?
I was through there earlier today, I actually live in that area. Looks like a lot of work has already been completed. So, obviously not these, but other work has been completed in the neighborhood.
All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right, I did have one other, and I've talked to you all about this before. The 250, committee would like to do a mural, I think I've passed this around to you guys before, on the flood wall. And as long as there's no cost to the city, except for prepping, I think we have to actually prep the flood wall, that we could move forward on this. As long as we get all of it, grant-wise.
Pressure washing?
Well, I think they pressure wash it and then put a coat of some sealant on there.
Yes, sir, we'll work with,
The artist. All right, can I get a motion then to do that? Second? All in favor say aye. All opposed? All right, let's, want to take a,
Executive session.
well, do we need any executive session? Anybody? All right, so let's move into our, budget session. Want to take a, 5 or 10 minute break, and we'll want to reconvene at the back? That's what we'll do. Change it around.
I was gonna say, was it worth